Weekends are so wonderful for being able to make special breakfasts. Today I would like to tell you about the Real Grandma's omelette. Now, an omelet can be used with any ingredients that you would like, but the ingredient I'd like to focus on today is ragout. Remember, we made this on another episode. Vegetables are hard to get your family to eat, but I guarantee you, with this leftover ragout, you're going to have the most delicious omelet and to get your vegetables in. So, are you ready? The first thing about making an omelet is to find the right kind of pan for you to use. I love to use my smaller skillet because that's the size omelet that I want to ultimately come out with. Notice I do have the lid, and I'll show you about that in just a minute. So we'll turn on the stove and we'll put about a half a teaspoon of butter in the pan so that everything doesn't stick. And of course, we always start on high with an electric stove. Once the temperature comes up, then we're going to turn it down to around 7 or 8. While the butter is melting, let's go ahead and get the eggs ready. I like to make a 3-egg omelet, especially when I'm making one for my husband. So we'll just start out by cracking our 3 eggs into a comfortable bowl. You need a bowl that's large enough for stirring, mixing it up really well. And that's why I choose this size here. And just take your fork and mix it up. Some people like to put a little bit of water or milk in their egg when they make an omelet. Personally, I don't like to do that. And my butter is melted, so I'm going to turn it down to about just below 8. I'm going to swish the butter around so that everything is coated really well. And we'll just put the egg right into the skillet. When I make an omelet with vegetables, I love to season it with just a pinch of salt. Salt just brings out the flavor of the different vegetables. And today I'm going to use just a little spoonful of granulated garlic that will also help bring out the flavor of the vegetables. And we'll just let this cook a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on so that it actually cooks from the top as well as from the bottom. And I'll watch it because as I see the edges start to coagulate and cook a little bit, then I'm going to take my special scoop and lift them up and let some of the runny egg also go underneath. That way, I don't know, do you like a raw egg? I don't. So when I make an omelet, I always use this technique to make sure that everything is well cooked. And let's go ahead and start doing that. Notice I just gently lift up the edges and let some of the egg go underneath. Gently lift the edge and go all the way around, gently lifting, letting some of the raw egg go underneath. So I'm not really disturbing the basic shape of my omelet. I'm just letting some of that thicker raw egg go underneath so that it cooks a little bit better. And then we'll put the lid back on and let it continue to cook. And then I'll get my ingredients over here that I'm going to use today. As I said, we're going to use some of our leftover ragout. I love it. You can make it as spicy or non-spicy as you want. And then we'll add a little bit of cheese just to kind of give it that traditional omelet-like flavor. Okay, looks like everything is just perfect here. So now I'm going to gently put my spatula all the way under and make sure that I can move the whole omelet. So I've got the spatula all the way over to here, right in the middle. And I'm going to just turn it over. Oh, that's perfect. Golden brown is exactly what you want. And let's take some ragout and we're going to spread it on half of the omelet. My mouth waters just thinking about this. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of this cheese. This is a half a cup of cheese. It's probably a little bit too much for one omelet. I'll sprinkle some on that. And you can take either your spatula or your turning tool, turn the other half on itself, and I like to let it sit for just a minute. At this point, I'm going to turn off the heat. And then we'll just take our spatula underneath the main body of the omelet. I can lift it out and set it right on my plate. Now, I know it sounds kind of petty. I like to put it sideways. It just looks really beautiful that way, doesn't it? And here's your ragu and cheese omelet. So here we are with our beautiful omelet. Notice how fluffy it is. You can see a little bit of the ragu, but it's still just completely just an omelet. So let's try it and see if we like it today. Oh my gosh. The spiciness of that ragu, it's just subtly there for you. It is a perfectly fluffy, cheesy, creamy omelet for a Sunday morning. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the real grandma's ragu omelet. We'll see you next time.